Hello world, and welcome to another episode of Marcel Hyde Mindset. And I hope you guys are enjoying the summertime. If you're in North America, if you're in Toronto, Canada, you're getting out, you're getting your vitamin D, you're enjoying that heat. And especially if you're in Toronto, we only get so many months of this warm weather. All right, so make sure you're getting outside. If you're feeling sad, if you're feeling depressed, get in the sun. You'll feel a lot better. That energy that the sun gives you, there's no other feeling than that sun just hitting you, all right? So get in that sun. You're feeling depressed, you're feeling sad, get outside, get out of your house, get out of that dark, get into the light, all right? So today we're going to talk about get out of credit card debt, okay? So, Marcel Hyde Mindset. The focus is obviously mindset, all right? I love mindset. I'm obsessed with mindset. And I believe you need to have the right mindset for everything you're doing in your life, and the right mindset when you're managing and dealing with your finances as well too, all right? So, recently we had the interest rates cut to 4.5. The Bank of Canada cut the interest rates to 4.5%, all right? So people might start saying, okay, now I'm going to go out there and I'm going to get a loan, all right? Because it might be a little bit cheaper to get that loan. But remember, you still have to pay that loan back, number one. Number two, that rate could change. So you could be paying more on the interest, all right? So just think about that one a little bit, all right? Think about getting yourself financially literate so you understand, what is happening in the economy and why the bank cuts rates and why they increase rates. Just have an understanding of that, basic understanding, so maybe they're forcing your hand to make you spend, and then when you spend a year or two later and you have that big interest, or that debt, it goes up and you're paying more, right? So just realize what you're doing, all right, and understand the economy a little bit more. So credit card debt is robbing you, all right? Pretty much, let's say you use your credit card and you don't pay that money back. Not only can it affect your credit score, but it also stops you from saving for your future, okay? And I'll use a small number. Let's say you have a $5,000 credit card. Let's say a $5,000 credit card, and you have, let's say, $2,000 in the bank. So you're negative $3,000, all right? You only have $3,000 liquid because you don't want to just have $0 liquid in your bank. So you have $2,000 liquid in your bank, and you have a $5,000 credit card. So anytime you get paid now, all that money is going to your credit card. So it then becomes so much harder to get ahead, to build wealth, because all you're doing is taking that money, and $5,000 is a small number. I'm sure people have larger credit card bills, all right? So it's a small number, but what you're doing is when you get paid, you're taking that money and you're putting it on your credit card. And instead of saving or investing, or if there's an investment opportunity, you can't even do it because you're just paying back your credit card. So the first thing I have to say is get out of that credit card debt. Get people out of your pockets. Get these subscriptions out of your pockets. Get these, student loans out of your pocket. Get these car loans out of your pocket. They're all in your pocket. And what they're looking to do is take your money, all right? They're taking your money every single week. The hard hours that you're putting in. Maybe you're doing overtime. Maybe you're working 2-3 jobs, and you're just giving it right back to them. All right, so you need to get out of credit card debt and other debts, all right, that aren't actually producing you income, because there's certain debts that do produce income. And I'm not a financial advisor, but you could talk to people in the financial space, financial advisors that can advise you. But there's certain debt that you could take that's going to produce income. Don't take credit card debt to go on vacation. All right, don't take credit card debt to go on vacation. Don't take credit card debt to buy a Louis Vuitton purse or bag. Or don't take credit card debt to do things that aren't going to give you anything in return. All right. So some people say, oh, I need a vacation. Well, guess what? When you go to that vacation, you use your credit card on the money you didn't have. Now you got to come back and you're paying more, and you're stopping yourself for your future. And some people say YOLO. Some people say you got to live life. And I agree. You got to live life 100%. But if you want that vacation, every paycheck, take $200 or $100 and put it in a separate account. All right, a separate bank account. You could use a bank account like, I'm not sponsored by any of these like banks. We could use like a Tangerine. You could transfer, let's say, $200 to that Tangerine. Every paycheck you get paid, that's $400 a month. Within 4 months, you have $1,600. That's a trip right there. 4, 8, 12, 16. Boom. That's a 5-day all-inclusive trip for $1,600 in 4 months without putting it on your credit card. So you can be strategic about it, all right? Don't use your credit card debt or your credit card when you don't have any money to take a trip. Now you're coming back and you're just paying that credit card debt and you're not getting ahead, and that's essentially what they want. That's what the system, that's what society wants. They don't want to see everybody wealthy, but what I'm realizing is not even how much, you earn, because so much people are like, oh, I don't make enough money. But when you really look at how much you're spending, you do, because you don't have to be a millionaire to, necessarily earn $1 million a year, because there's millionaires that are millionaires, but they spend $1.5 million. And there's people that earn $80K and they spend $30K, right? So it's not about how much you necessarily make, but it's how much you're spending with what you make and how much you're keeping. Are you earning $1 million and you're spending $1.5 million? Are you earning $80K and spending $50K, right? It's just like it's how you're managing the money that you're making. And you realize you're mismanaging money because it's just like you haven't been taught it, number one. And, a lot of times you just act without thinking, that tap thing. You just tap your card and don't think. And then you look at your statement, you're like, oh my God, I tapped 25 times this month on probably things you don't even need. You got to start looking at things that, do I need this or do I want it? Okay, it's easy we're living life, we're like, I want this, so I'm just going to buy it, right? But at the end of the day, are you financially free to just buy things that you want? Because if you are, go ahead. But if you're not, then, the third cup of coffee, you need to reevaluate if you actually need that or you just want it. And are you in the position financially to buy that third cup? Or could you, make one at home in the morning instead? And then now you don't have to buy 3 coffees a day, right? So, and it's the little things, right? People say, oh, it's only $3, it's only $6. But 6 times 5 is $30 a week on coffee. Over years, that's a lot of money that you're spending. Instead, you could take that $30 and put it in a stock like a Tesla, or sorry, not Tesla, like TELUS maybe, let's say, for instance. This is an example. Use TELUS, and then they pay a dividend as well too. So it's how you're using your money, because so many times we're saying, I don't have money, I'm broke. It's about what you're doing with your money. And I'm not one to come on here and act like my finances are perfect or anything like that. I'm still learning. It took me a long time. I had to make so much mistakes to understand, to be like, wait a minute, do you need that or do you want that? Why are you spending money on that? You should be putting away certain money here for your future. And some people say, oh, what if I die? Well, my thing is, what if you live? What are you going to do? If you survive, if you live till 65, because nowadays, listen, I'm 35, but I'm speaking to people who are retiring this year at my workplace, and they're telling me, oh, some people are saying at the end I'm okay because I had other investments. Some people are saying, I saved extra money. But what they're telling me is the pension is not enough. The money they're getting from the government, the money that they put away, the pension plan that they had was not enough. And some people are saying, oh, I'm going to have to get a part-time job. So you really got to think about the future, because if you do get there and you do make it there, God blesses you to make it there, then what are you going to do? You got to have a plan. Did you spend all your money and then in the end, you now have to run to, let's say, Walmart, not to take anything from Walmart, and you got to serve or you got to be a cashier because you didn't financially save in your early 30s, your early 20s, or your 40s, So you got to think about this. Think about the future. All right. So the message is get out of that credit card debt. All right. Once you get out of that credit card debt, now you can start saving and investing for your future. All right. And seek out financial help from advisors. If there's someone that's trusted online that's been successful, look to them as well too. Maybe get coaching, whatever it is. Have the right mindset to your finances. But remember, get out of that credit card debt. The banks love you for being in debt. All right. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. And if you are finding any type of value from these videos that I produce, make sure you share it. All right. grab my ebook. Link is in the bio. Marcel Hyde Mindset.